watch. Out of all the active players that are under 24 years old,
first career 40-point games among active players under 24 years old. Ooh. Hey, I didn't know this.
we can't forget about when he was only 21 years old and scored 3 straight 40-point games, becoming...
Bro, that boy is 20. Some of y'all still virgins. Ain't even get no cootie cat yet. You know what he was doing? Man, how underrated is Cam Thomas, man? Look, bro, he ain't passionate, but he give you cool 20 Bs. We're about to start a new series on this channel, bro. I don't know if y'all like it. Let me know if y'all like it or not. You know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments. But searching for underrated players in the NBA, college, high school, underrated players, bro.
For the last 2 seasons, Cam Thomas has averaged over 20 points per game, yet the opinions you hear about him are completely different based on who you ask.
Cooking Bron?
Some say that he's extremely underrated and deserves to be paid, while others say that he's an inefficient ball hog that plays no defense.
Look, bro.
Which is a pretty crazy contrast for a guy that's only 23 years old.
So only 23? Look, bro, y'all already know I'm Ball Hall University. That's me. Bro, it's cool. Let him ball hog. He getting to the buck. Who he passing to on the Nets? Who's on the Nets that he gonna pass it to? Nobody.
But is he really that bad?
No.
The big reason his name is being talked about so much right now is because of his current contract negotiations with the Brooklyn Nets. He's reportedly been offered a 2-year, $28 million contract according to Jake.
He deserve at least 30. Come on,
sure.
What we talking about?
How true is that really? We don't know. Cam just posted something on his Instagram story telling people to stop believing everything they see, so who knows exactly what he's talking about. But this whole conversation has caused a lot of people to speculate how much Cam Thomas actually should get paid. And honestly, both sides have decent points. Let's start off with the number one talking point when it comes to Cam, and that's his scoring. There's no question that he can score the ball at a high clip. He's not quite an elite scorer yet.
Ain't gonna lie, this year I think he started off kind of like light. He ain't really been going off crazy, but he been cool this year. But I feel like, bro, that's why I'm glad I'm doing this series, bro. If y'all want this series to continue, like, comment, subscribe, bro. Let me know y'all want these underrated player series to continue so I can find underrated players, look them up, look at their highlights for y'all. But, bro,
but he's definitely a good scorer for sure. He might not be the most efficient at times, but when he is, he literally won't miss. And during those stretches, he's a super fun player to watch. He literally won't miss. And during those stretches, he's a super fun player to watch. Out of all the active players that are under 24 years old,
first career 40-point games among active players under 24 years old. Ooh. Hey, I didn't know this. Okay, Wemby only got 4? Yo, I'd have never guessed this shit. Wemby only got 4, bro. What? Wemby, I need some more 40-point games out of you. Tyrese Maxey got 6. I can see that. Jalen Green got 9 of them things. Jalen Green be cooking. AE got 19. Bro, this is how you know AE is the next Michael. Not even 24. This boy got 19 of them things.
Cam has the second most 40-point games. Anthony Edwards has the most by far at 19, which isn't really surprising since he's already considered to be a superstar level player at this point. But then Cam is tied in second with Jalen Green at 9, while everyone else has 6 or less. He did all that while playing less than 20 minutes a night in his first 2 seasons and played only 1 year's worth of games over the last 2 seasons. He's had some absolutely insane...
Hold on, bro. Did y'all just see what the fuck I just seen? Hold on, bro. Hold on, chat. Talk about underrated. What, bro? I gotta start hating on Cam.
1 year's worth of games over the last 2 seasons.
He doing this.
He's had some absolutely insane scoring games while not even having that many opportunities to do it. I mean, we can't forget about when he was only 21 years old and scored 3 straight 40-point games, becoming...
Bro, that boy is 20. Some of y'all ain't got y'all license yet. Some of y'all didn't even graduate high school yet, nigga. Some of y'all still living with y'all mamas. Some of y'all still virgins. Ain't even get no cootie cat yet. You know what he was doing? Dropping 40. He's that. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Nah, stop playing with... Y'all better stop playing with Cam for real. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Forget about when he was only 20, not even having that many opportunities to do it. I mean, we can't forget about when he was only 21 years old and scored 3 straight 40-point games, becoming the youngest player to ever do it. Shot chucker or not, that's still pretty impressive. For his career so far, he shoots about 44% from the field and 35% from 3, which are not elite splits, but they aren't bad either. However, when you start... 35% from 3. Career so far, he shoots about 44% from the field and 35% from 3, which you're not
44 and then 35% from 3? Bro, ain't too many people doing that, bro. That's on moms.
elite splits, but they aren't bad.
They trying to
either.
underpay my boy.
However, when you start to move on from the
underpaid.
scoring, his value starts to drop off significantly. And that's why people
Sidestep
judge him
gas.
as harshly as they do. He came into the league as someone that wasn't willing to pass the ball at all.
Pass
at
for
LSU,
what?
he scored 23 points a game on
Hey.
a team that finished third in the SEC, which seems pretty good, but unfortunately, he shot just over 40% from the field and averaged over 17 shots to just 1.4 assists.
We don't care about no assists. We don't care about no college, man. We don't care about none of that, bro. We over here at Ball Hall University, at Ball Hall Central. We don't care about none of that, bro. What you
Cam
talking
played
about?
more shooting guard than point
Who
guard,
is he
but
passing the
still
ball
it
to?
wasn't the best
You
look.
can't name
and
me one player on the LSU team and the Nets team that he passing the ball to. Y'all can't
was a
do
big
it.
reason he fell
Y'all
to the
can't name them
27th
niggas,
pick of the
man.
2021 draft. There was even a clip from Summer League where he rolled his eyes when his head coach Steve Nash said that he needs to pass it. He
Man, need to pass it. Steve Nash, I'm not you, buddy. I'm not no pass first point guy. No, I'm trying to get to that buck. What did you time out? Steve Nash. I wouldn't told Steve Nash, bro. That's why Kyrie said we don't need a coach. That's exactly why Kyrie said we don't need a coach, bro. You don't know what
did
you
go on
talking
to
about.
win Summer League MVP though, which is kind of funny. And
So-
although he has for sure
Time
gotten better
out,
at moving
man.
the ball and making plays for
Man, I don't
others,
want him
it's
to
still
pass,
not
bro.
quite where teams
Ball
want it to
hard.
be. But this is where things start to get pretty
Act like Cade
disingenuous
Cunningham,
when it
shoot
comes to
45
Cam
times,
Thomas. First of all, let's be completely
Bah!
honest. The only
He's a
people that have
bucket
been
getter.
consistently watching the Nets over the last couple years are Nets fans. Unless
fact.
their team is playing against them, odds are the casual fans are not watching them. And while the Cam
Cam
Thomas
Thomas be out
ball
there
hog
cooking them
accusations are definitely true to a certain extent, I think a lot of people are just calling him a ball hog simply because that's what everyone
He's
else
a ball hog. I like ball hogs. We don't. What you think? We mad at ball hogs? Nigga, Kobe was ball hogging that thing. Come on, he in the. You know what I'm saying? Kobe was passing a little bit, but come on, we like ball hogs, man. Stop passing. I'm tired of these superstars passing the ball. Why they passing it so much? Man?
insane.
Shoot
There's
rock.
rumors
Come here,
going
step
around
back.
saying that the
Fader.
only reason he's getting
Max.
double teamed is because they know he will still shoot it anyways.
They talk about some why have we double team because they know no. It's because look who on his team, bro. Nobody. Dennis Schroeder, I'm not passing to Dennis. I don't even know who Buddy is right here on this record. I don't know who he is. I'm not giving it down here to one. And no, I'm shooting this.
Is that the case, or was it because Cam was the only player that could score off the dribble on the entire team?
It's a fact.
I'm not saying the rumor is wrong. I'm just saying there were plenty
Who
of games
else?
where if you stopped Cam Thomas,
Who else out there?
then you would
Dominicans
stop
out
the
there
Brooklyn
playing hoop, man.
Nets.
Come on, man.
Also, there were a lot of times, and I mean a lot of times, where he would find an open teammate and they would just miss. Obviously, that's
Clunk that
basketball
man.
and that happens to
Clank
everyone,
that
but like
motherfucker.
most of the team shot pretty bad
Man,
last
like
season.
what Kobe said,
So-
man, if they ain't in the gym like I'm in the gym, bro, they ain't getting a ball. This nigga Thomas said, if I pass to him and a nigga miss it, you ain't getting the ball no more, bro. I'm shooting the next 20 times you miss, bro. We ain't doing
On top
that.
of those passes
feel you,
not
Cam.
counting towards his stats, it also
feel you,
might have led
Cam.
to him getting more frustrated and feeling
feel
like he
you,
has to
Cam.
do it all himself more than he already does. Not to
Hey.
mention the team was openly trying to lose games. I'm not
He
using
said
that as an
openly
excuse
trying to
though. He
lose
still
games is
jumps in the air
crazy.
without a plan way too often like he's been doing his whole career. His assist numbers improving every season while he hasn't had a whole lot of help around him
game.
though is at least somewhat promising. And let me remind you that Cam plays shooting guard.
I think
He's not
Cam Thomas is definitely one of the most underrated players in the league right now, bro. Definitely the most underrated players in the league right now. Like, come on, bro. What we doing, bro? We know Cam is a bucket getter. Y'all want to underpay him, and then y'all he not gonna be there next year though. Y'all might well take the Nets franchise and just blow it up in this league and just cancel the whole franchise, bro. Just sell it or whatever, bro. Cam Thomas need to come over to the OKC Thunder, bro. You know what I'm saying? We can
typically
use
the
him, bro.
initiator on
We
the
can
team
use him.
anyways.
Yeah.
If you want him to be, then that's one thing, but when Schroeder or D'Lo is on the floor, he's getting bumped to the 2 every time, and rightfully so. However, I think the biggest reasons he gets looked at the way he does is 1, because he does play for a tanking team, and 2, because he
Right.
doesn't play any defense whatsoever.
defense for
Since
what?
those numbers automatically get considered as empty stats.
Empty stats. What are we talking about, bro? You know, empty stats to the media in the comments. You feel me? And everybody that's looking, no, it's not empty stats to the NBA, his peers. The ones he giving buckets to. You know why? They out there playing defense. Getting 40 dropped on their head. Tossing empty stats out to the media and y'all. But to his peers, the one he going against, why can't nobody stop him from getting buckets then? Even though they double team him, they can't stop him.
This isn't just a Cam
underrated,
Thomas thing
man.
either. This
Ooh,
happens
deep
with
range.
every high-volume scorer on a bad team. Until you prove that you can do it on a team that's actually competing, then that's always how you'll be looked at.
Yeah, but I think that shit is dumb though, cause it's like, bro, like you can average 17 on a good team. Whoop-de-doo. You got good players. You wide open. When you getting doubled, tripled, and you going for 40, nigga, 30, nigga, that's when we know you hemothy. Like Michael Jeffrey. He had to get doubled first, go for 30, 40, then go on a winning team. That's how it
Even
works,
when
bro.
KD and all them were there, he still wasn't getting consistent playing time. And because he doesn't play any defense, people look at it as just another thing that he can't do other than score. If you're not going to play any defense in the NBA as a guard, then you better be almost perfect
That
on
boy
offense.
jumper like that.
We've even seen Trae Young get significantly better on defense over the years,
Come
and he
on, bro. Come on, bro. No, we did not, bro. Fuck out of here, nigga. I love Trae Young. That's one of my favorite point guards. No, he did not, bro.
is elite on offense. With all that being said, Cam
But
is a
Sandy
good
even
scorer,
passes
and he
who
still
he
needs to
stop
be a better passer, but I don't think it's as bad as people think.
People-
His
y'all,
defense
bro,
is
that's
bad,
crazy how
and I do
people
think
really
it could be better if he was on a
underrating
team
these-
that was
bro, he can
competing and
really-
he had other defenders around him, but I do think he is
All-star.
extremely
He's an
limited
all-star
on that
one day,
side
bro,
of the
I'm telling
floor,
you.
and I don't
He's
see it
an all-star one
improving
day,
all
that's
that
a fact.
much. The good news is he's still only 23 years old and
23
still
is
has a
crazy.
ton of time to improve, which he's done so far. I honestly don't think we really fully know what kind of player Cam even is yet. Can he be a guy that can heavily contribute to a
Yes.
championship team? I don't know. And if he can, will that be in a starting role or off the
oh my
bench?
God.
Zach Lowe, whose opinion I do respect, said that on a winning team, he sees him being a 6th or 7th man to come in and score as many points as possible. Of course, he can continue
see
to
that.
put up numbers on a tanking franchise, but
I can see him being a 6-man Jamal Crawford, Lou Williams type. I can see that. I can understand that. 6-man, 6-man a year every year.
until he proves
Jordan
people
Poole,
otherwise, I
Warriors
think that's
type.
the
I
overwhelming
feel that.
consensus on it,
I can
whether
see
that's
that.
fair or not. We'll just have to see how he develops in the next few years. And
definitely
maybe a
ain't passing
change of
that thing,
scenery
though.
is the best thing for him. I
I
don't
like
think
the
the Nets
ball,
want to
man.
have him walk
Give
for
me
nothing,
those.
but at the same time, they want to be cautious not to overpay him when they just drafted like 19 other guys in this year's draft. He could just accept the qualifying offer and try again in free agency next year because no other team really has cap space except for the Brooklyn Nets. Is he going to get paid what he wants? I doubt it. There's no chance he gets near 30 million, but I also understand why he could want more than 14. This is the new NBA though. In years past, you would see teams overpay for players and not think twice. But this new CBA is no joke, and teams are going to do whatever they can to avoid
Teams
the
are
first and
dumb.
second
That's
apron.
why they wanna be
I've
trash
said this
their
in videos
whole, like-
before, but the CBA directly hurts players like Cam Thomas. The top guys will continue to make more money than anyone ever needs, the bad players will take the minimum, and the in-betweeners will have to take whatever they can get. Right now, it's hard to gauge how much a non-all-star but not simple role player should get. So I'm really curious
He
to
should
see
be an
what
all-star though, bro. They fucking him up on the all-star votes, gang. Like, who in the East should be an all-star this year? That's like a guard, shooting guard, other than Cam Thomas, bro. Let's keep it to being 50, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, feel me, bro. But look, I should be writing his highlights. Now I'm about to react to his highlights. You feel me? And if I don't react to his highlights, y'all already know what to do, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you think Cam Thomas is underrated, bro. And let me know if I should continue this series of finding underrated players and seeing why they're underrated, seeing why people hate on them so much. You know what I'm saying? And exposing the hatred and the capping. You feel me? But I'm gonna see y'all next video. Y'all already know what's going on. No cap.